While on patrol, Pullman, Washington police conducted a motor vehicle stop on a vehicle for driving at night without headlights or taillights. The driver showed signs of intoxication, including a strong odor of alcohol, clammy skin, and slow movements. Here is what occurred.
Hello. My name's Officer Westman. Stop is being recorded. The reason you're being stopped today is you're driving without any headlights on.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. You want to pop them on just so we don't forget them a bit
yeah,
later?
Definitely.
Perfect. Thank you. Is this your car?
Yeah. Well, it's actually my stepdad's car.
Okay. But you're accustomed to driving it and stuff. Alright. I like you. You got all your stuff ready.
Yep.
So this one happened to expire just a couple months ago in May.
Okay.
Did you happen to have another one?
Let me check really quick.
They're busy texting on their phone. It's a really important conversation.
No, I'm sorry. I only have this.
Okay.
Same one.
Alright. Carlee, how much have you had to drink tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing whatsoever?
No.
Not a drop of alcohol. How come I'm smelling it?
Because it's definitely in the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I look at your eyes real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. You just swivel in your seat just so our chests are kind of facing toward each other. Can you see the tip of my finger?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to fall out with your eyes, but don't move your head, okay? Alright. I'm not so sure you're being 100% honest with me, Carlee. Do you want to think about your answer before you tell me it again?
No.
No, you're going to stick with nothing?
Yeah.
Alright. Would you be willing to do a preliminary breath test that's voluntary, just to show you have no alcohol in your system?
The breathalyzer?
Yeah. Yeah, just in my pocket.
Don't you guys do it like at the police station?
We have two. We have a preliminary one, which we use out here in the field, and then we have one at the station, which is like the big scientific one they use in court and stuff.
Okay. So the one that gives used right now is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
used
yeah.
in
You wouldn't even
court?
get out of the car. What's that?
The one that you guys would use right now is not used in court?
No, it's not used. It doesn't replace the evidentiary breath test, which is the one at the station. That's the big scientific one. Everything. Have you had anything to eat or drink in the last 15 minutes?
15 minutes?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Have you ever done one of these before?
No.
You ever seen on Cops or any of those shows?
No.
Real simple. All you do is you take a deep breath and you blow outwards through this straw for 5 seconds. So just showing it starts at zeros. Take a really deep breath in and blow out hard. I'll hold it. Blow hard. Blow, 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 blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You're almost there. Perfect. Alright, so he'll just show us a reading together. Sorry, it just takes a little bit.
Yeah.
Math and stuff. Alright, so that tells me you have been drinking. 0.170. Okay, so you've had some to drink. Okay, can you come talk to me outside the car? We'll just go talk on the sidewalk over here. Alright. How old are you?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
20.
20. Okay. When you turn 21?
June 14th.
Okay. Would you be willing to do some voluntary field sobriety tests? Just helps me gauge kind of the impairment level you're at.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know. What does voluntary mean?
It means you don't have to do them.
What does that mean if I don't? I don't really know this.
Then I just have to make my decision whether or not that I think you're impaired to the level that's affecting your ability to drive, just based on what I've seen so far.
Okay.
Do you want to do them?
I don't really want to do them, no.
Okay, you don't have to.
Okay.
So, the preliminary breath test that you provided is
Yeah.
a .170.
Okay.
What's the legal limit for DUI?
0.08.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is .170 higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're twice the legal limit.
Yeah.
Alright, so at this time you are under arrest for DUI. We'll let you know that you're being audio and video recorded. Today is August 20... Are we to the 26th? We are 26th, and it is 0055 hours. Okay, let me lock these up so they don't get any tighter on you. Is there anyone sober in your vehicle that could drive?
No, I would just leave it here, yeah.
What's that?
I would just leave the car here.
Well, you can't park on this side of the road.
No, the two girls in there aren't sober.
Alright.
The two girls in there.
Alright, just walk back here.
How much alcohol have you had to drink tonight?
None.
What was the hesitation?
I'm just nervous. I've never been pulled over before.
Okay.
In my entire life.
Okay. So have you been drinking tonight? Okay. Are you sure? Have you consumed any drugs or narcotics?
No, never.
Okay. Do you have your ID on you?
Not on me personally.
So let me backtrack.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. She's being arrested.
Okay.
Okay. Her vehicle can't stay here.
Okay.
And she hasn't told me exactly what she wants to do with it yet.
Okay. She'll probably.
Put your seatbelt on. Did you
Help
want
me with that.
your cell phone from the car?
I don't know, maybe. Do I want it? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Am I allowed to have it? I don't really know how this works.
Yeah. You can't have it with us during the process, but you can have it afterwards so you can make your phone calls wherever you need to.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it then.
Alright. So I just want to advise you of your rights real quick since you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer, have him present with you while you're being questioned. You can opt for to hire a lawyer, one be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer my questions, or make any statements. Do you understand each of those rights I read to you? Okay. What?
Okay. Well, I will check what she says first, and then
His name is.
okay. I'll be right back.
If you can't get someone, or they're both drunk, so
Yeah,
or
sorry.
intoxicated, I'll say.
Yeah.
Do you want an officer to park your car, or we could tow it?
No, will an officer park it, please?
Yeah.
Because they can
If you give us
hop on.
permission.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll grab your cell phone.
Thank you.
Pullman 467. I have the name of the person in custody. Could you hand me her cell phone, please?
Yeah, of course.
Last of
Is
Anderson,
there
Adam,
anything-
Nora, David, Edward, Robert, Sam, Oceanora. First of Carlee, Charles, Adam, Robert, Lincoln, Edward, Middle R, Robert, 061403, female, Washington. Thank
Do
you.
you need your keys as well?
So she's going to have an officer park her car, and then we'll get the keys to her.
Am I able to grab my water bottle?
Yeah, if it's your personal property, you can take it.
Okay.
Because she's not asking for anybody to move her vehicle except for us.
Just except for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. She'll have a.
Do you have all of your property?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Never mind. Are we able to? Can we turn the car off over?
No, because we have to move it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Do you want us to? Just leave her cars in the ignition.
We're gonna move her car.
They're gonna move. Okay, never mind. We're gonna walk home. Let's just go to James. We're gonna walk to James.
Not a lot of great options. I mean, if this Subaru pulled up just a couple feet.
I believe in your strength.
Huh.
I'd say just stick it on the corner of Indiana. We just won't ticket it.
Just behind that Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. And you're taking her keys?
we got them.
And do we pick her up in like 24 hours?
The longest we can have her is 6 hours in holding. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be en route. Can you check for any protection orders for Lasso Chestnut?
Watch your head as you step now. Okay, if you just stand to the right, please. And right this way. You just stand to the right and I'll grab the next door. I'm just going to walk up to that brown chair for you. Okay, you'll just stand right here. So, I left a few things in your pocket, so I have to remove anything I left in there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and you can have a seat right there. Alright. So, I know I already read you your rights, but I gotta read to them again. Okay. So, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right at this time to an attorney. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney before any questions. You have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. If you cannot afford a hire attorney, one will be appointed to represent you without cost if you so desire. You can exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand these rights? I have read or had read to me the above explanation of my constitutional rights, and I understand these rights. Okay? I understand my constitutional rights. I have decided not to exercise these rights at this time. Any statements made by me are made freely, voluntarily, and without threats or promises of any kind. For the next 15 minutes, you can't put anything inside your mouth. That's why the handcuffs are still on. What that allows, if there was any residual alcohol inside your mouth, it would give it time to evaporate. Do you have anything in your mouth?
No.
No. Can you open your mouth, lift up your tongue? Thank you. Okay. So, warning, you are under arrest for RCW 4661-502, RCW 4661-504, driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. Further, you're now being asked to submit to a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. 1. You are now advised that you have the right to refuse this test. And if you refuse, A, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and B, your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial. 2, you are further advised that if you submit to the breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be suspended, revoked, or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days if you are A, age 21 and over, and test indicates an alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.08 or more, or you're in violation of RCW 4661-502, driving under the influence, RCW 4661-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence, or B, under the age of 21, and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.02 or more, or you're in violation of RCW 4661-502, driving under the influence, RCW 4661-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence. 3. If your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive is suspended, revoked, or denied, you may be eligible to immediately apply for ignition interlock driver's license. 4. You have the right to additional test administered by any qualified person of your own choosing. Do you have a commercial driver's license to drive like semi-trucks?
No.
Okay. I have read the above statement to the subject. I have, so I'm going to sign here.
What about the test that I just took?
So, like I said out there, that one is the preliminary one. It doesn't replace what this one is called the evidentiary breath test.
Okay.
Okay. I have read or had read to me the above statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you read that again, though?
Which part?
If I do take it, and it's like positive and all that, then I'm restricted for 90 days.
So I can't interpret this document, but I can read it again because there is
Okay, will you
sections.
read it again, then?
I'll start where it talks about if you take the test or if you don't.
Okay.
Is that going to answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're now advised that you have the right to refuse this breath test, and if you refuse, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and B.
So that's if I refuse it?
Correct.
A year just in general?
Yes.
Okay.
And then your refusal to this test may be used in a criminal trial.
Okay.
Did you want me to read the other part?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, you are further advised that if you submit to the breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license or permit or privilege to drive will be suspended or revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days if you are 21 or
Yeah.
under. Does that clarify?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, read about the if you're not
Yeah.
21.
If you're under the age of 21 and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.02 or more, you are in violation of RCW 46-61502, driving under the influence, or RCW 46-5061504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence. So it's just saying that if for a minor, anyone under 21,
Yeah.
their limit is 0.02.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even if you're a minor and it's
So if you're
that one's still
over
90 days. If you refuse, it's a year, but if you
Correct.
accept, then it could be like 3 months.
correct.
Okay.
Just gonna write down date here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I want you to be as informed as possible.
Yeah. If you refuse, it's automatically a year.
Then I submit paperwork to the Department of Licensing that you refuse the test, and then it's up to them. Will you now submit to a breath test, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Let me punch some numbers in here.
Is it dumb to submit to the breath test?
I can't answer that question.
I know that you know the answer, though.
The courts are very specific on what I'm allowed to say and not say.
I know, sorry. I feel like I'm supposed to refuse it, but like you just said 3 months versus a year, which is like a little.
Okay, so we got 11 more minutes on that, so we're just going to move on to the next part. The next part is a question and answer section. Some of these questions are going to sound silly or redundant. I just have to read them how they're written. Do you have any physical impairments?
No.
Do you limp?
No.
Are you sick or injured?
Nope.
Are you under the care of a doctor or dentist? Like, do you have any procedures coming up
No.
that they're taking care of you? Are you diabetic or epileptic?
Nope.
Do you take insulin?
Nope.
Have you taken any medicines/drugs in the last 24 hours?
No.
Any prescription medications?
No.
Any non-prescription?
Like a multivitamin doesn't count, right?
I can write it down.
No, it's good.
Oh.
Let's give it.
Have you had any cocaine?
No.
Have you had any marijuana?
No.
Any other drug?
No.
Do you have impaired vision?
No.
Do you wear corrective lenses?
No.
Were you wearing them at the time you were
No.
stopped? Obviously not. Like I said, they're silly. Some of them are. Where do you work?
I don't work anywhere here.
Do you want me to put down student?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're a
sure.
student.
Yeah.
Did you have class today?
Yes.
This one says, what time did you get off work? So what was time like you're done with
12.
classes?
8 to 12, yeah.
That's nice. You have the whole afternoon.
I know, it's so nice.
Let's see. How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
Definitely 8.
That's good.
Yeah.
Were you driving the vehicle?
Yes.
Anything mechanically wrong with the vehicle?
No.
Have you been injured or involved in any collisions the last 24 hours?
No.
Have you had any alcohol to drink since being stopped, meaning me pulling you over?
No.
Those don't apply then. Where were you going before you were stopped?
Before I was stopped,
Before I pulled you over.
I was trying to go home.
Okay. Where's home for you?
Providence Court.
Okay. I'll just put heading home. Without looking, what time do you think it is?
12:30.
Okay. AM or PM?
And
What street were you driving on?
Monroe.
Monroe?
And I turned left because you guys were, yeah.
Which direction were you traveling? North, south, east, west?
I'm not sure.
It's all right. A lot of people don't know.
I'm gonna say I don't really know.
Where did you start driving from?
I started driving from I don't know the street, but it's like right in front of Tin Tans.
Okay.
I'm not sure that street.
I can put down
just in front of
Tin
Tin
Tans.
Tans.
Have you had their burritos before?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So filling. Do you recall about what time you started driving?
12.
Okay. And what day of the week is it?
Friday.
Okay. What city/county are you in now?
Pullman, Whitman County.
Good job. A lot of people don't know that. They know the city, but not the county.
I go hiking a lot, so I know all of the yeah.
What's today's date?
6 or no wait 8.
Uh-huh.
Twenty. 25.
Okay. And what year?
2023.
Okay. Have you been drinking alcoholic beverages?
Yeah.
What have you been drinking?
Beer.
Okay. How much did you have?
4.
Okay. And were they cans or glasses?
Cans, yeah.
4 cans. Do you remember if they were the 12 ounce or the tall boys?
Not the tall boy. They were the regular. Yeah.
Probably like 12 ounce cans.
Yeah.
When did you start drinking?
11:20.
That's very specific.
No, because I remember. Yeah.
Who have you been drinking with?
Just my friends, or I was up the little frogs, you know.
Where were you drinking?
A house on the same street as Tin Tans.
Okay. Was it like somebody's house or was it a frat house?
A frat house.
Okay.
It was like
Just
a
put-
live out, yeah, sorry.
Frat house. Do you recall the time of your last drink?
I'm not 100% sure. Probably like 11:40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe your ability to drive was affected by your alcohol and or drug use?
No.
Have you been arrested for DUI before?
No.
Okay. All right, so it's got 5 minutes left on that. I'm just going to keep filling out some of this paperwork. I'm not ignoring you. If you have questions,
You're good. I'll just sit here.
just ask away, and I will answer everything I can.
Okay. Sorry I have to do all this.
I get paid to do this.
You're right.
What-
Probably a lot better to be in that seat than this one.
It is.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we can't learn from our mistakes.
No, I know. It's just unfortunate.
What are you studying?
Construction management.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, I know.
I was like wondering, like, what would I do if I didn't do this job?
Yeah.
I think that would be a really interesting job. What made you go down that path?
Well, I was gonna do architecture, but
It's
like
a lot of
I'm not
math.
super like creative and stuff, so like I just decided to switch. But I love like construction and all of the
Mm-hmm.
things that go into it. It's so fun.
Do you have any family in that type of business?
Yeah, my dad owns like a construction company, so
Oh,
that's like
perfect.
kind of why I went into that.
Makes
field.
sense.
Yeah.
Is he over his company over in the Kelso area?
Yeah. What does the address say on that, the license?
230 Parr Road.
Yeah, that's wrong.
No, that's okay. What
Sorry.
is? No, you're good. What's your address here in Pullman? That's what I have to put down.
1365 Northeast Brandy Way, and then I have an apartment number.
Randy Way. Apartment
J104.
J104. F. Got a lot of F's in yours.
Yeah.
F. I have almost like no letters in mine when I got my
Really?
new one. Yeah, mine's like almost all numbers. It's so weird seeing the differences.
Yeah.
Did you used to have the old style, where it was like the last?
This is my first license,
Okay.
so yeah.
Because it used to be the first 5 letters of your last name,
Uh-huh.
then your first initial, your middle initial, then there were some numbers and stuff,
Yeah.
and so it was way easier for people to remember.
No,
but-
yeah. This is the first one I've ever had, so.
All right, 1 minute and 50 seconds. I keep forgetting the date. 26.
I answered that wrong then.
Well, it's only been the
I answered
26th for an hour and a
yeah.
half. LD Streets and Your cell phone number.
360-846-0216.
360-846-0216.
Yep.
Okay. What city were you born in?
Kelso. No, wait, Longview.
Longview? Okay.
Yeah. They're like neighboring.
Yeah. You're a U.S. citizen, correct?
My what?
You're a U.S. citizen, correct?
I don't think I know that. What is that?
A U.S. citizen? So, you're a citizen of the United States?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought you were asking me for like a number.
No. Identify as female?
Yep.
Identify as white?
Yep.
How tall are you?
5'9".
And how much do you weigh?
165.
And your eye color?
Brown.
And... Sorry, the dispatchers. Stuff is popping off around town.
I bet. Yeah, it's Friday night.
Just gonna punch in some information here.
How often does this happen?
Multiple times every single weekend.
Is it like multiple a night or just multiple a weekend?
What's that?
Multiple like a night or just a weekend?
Oh yeah, it can be normal for us to find 3 to 4 a night on the weekend nights.
Yeah.
Less common on the weekend days. Oops. Okay, so what this machine's gonna do is gonna do all its internal checks for like the next 2 minutes. And then when it's time to do a breath sample, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these breath nozzles and I'm gonna stick it here into this tube. So while it's in there, I'm going to have you stand up, take a really deep breath so your lungs can't hold any more air.
Yeah.
And you're going to blow steady through this, kind of semi-hard, not as hard as you can, until all the air is gone. If you just put your lips around this part, don't try to stick the whole thing in your mouth, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But if you just put it there and blow nice and steady, it's going to take roughly about 10 seconds. So it'll be a little bar graph that shows me how much volume of air you're putting through the machine. Once we do that once, it'll think for about another 3-4 minutes. We'll do it a second time, and then it'll print out a result sheet. Okay. All right, looks like it's ready for your first sample. If you'd stand up, please. All right, take your deep breath in and blow out. Blow, 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 blow. Keep going, 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 keep going. Almost there, keep going, and stop. Perfect. All right, you can have a seat.
Do most people do the breathalyzers and they refuse it?
I would say the majority does. I'd say like 70%.
They do it?
Yeah, depends on the person. Some people choose not to.
What does that mean if you choose not to?
So some people think that if you don't blow, then you don't get arrested or something, which isn't true.
When you're already here in handcuffs.
Yeah, you're already arrested.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just up to the person. And different states are different. So Washington's kind of rules are different than some states where you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington does give people a choice. But there's, different outcomes for doing it or not doing it. It kind of depends. A lot of times, if they refuse to do this, then we apply for a blood warrant. And if a judge signs off, then we take their blood and test it that way.
Like in the moment?
Yeah, you would sit in a cell for a while, and then I would have to go write a search warrant, and then I'd have the fire department come and take your blood, and then I have to send it off to the state toxicology
and that
lab.
shows like the alcohol content and everything?
Yeah. This is just a much nicer, less invasive way than getting
don't have to get
stabbed with
stabbed in the
needles.
arm,
Yeah. Yep. So we got that done. Turn that guy on. Chilly in here tonight.
A little cold, yeah.
Three. Alright, so we got keys, lip gloss, keys, vape. We'll get to the jewelry in a minute. Do you have a lot of jewelry on? I see a necklace.
I have a necklace and earrings, but I don't have rings on, so yeah.
I'll mark them off right now.
Yeah.
But we'll go over that stuff after I get you out of handcuffs. Once
Do
we do.
take all that off too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way it doesn't get damaged or
Nice.
lost.
Yeah.
So rings.
I don't have any rings on.
Oh,
right
no
now.
rings?
No.
Okay.
No. I was like checking behind my hands if I did. I don't have any.
We're gonna have some shoes and a driver's license and a vehicle registration. Oh, 7137 38. Ready for the last one. Your first sample was perfect, so just try to mimic that. Take your deep breath in and blow out. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You're about halfway there. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Give it everything you got. Keep going and stop. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna take your handcuffs off. Go. Alright, so that's just doing its final checks and stuff. If you want to start taking off your jewelry, you'll take off your watch too.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll get it all documented. So we had a watch,
I have a necklace too. Earrings.
watch, necklace, and earrings.
That's about it.
No belt. Okay. Alright, when you have a chance, just review that should you have anything behind, I know a lot of people put stuff behind their phone cases.
No.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Just make sure I documented everything correctly, and if so, then I need a signature here.
Is that all I sign or do the rest too?
Nope, we'll fill it out once you leave. So I fill out that section, and then you fill it out once you get all your stuff back.
And what's this process like? Like how long am I here? How long do I...
So you can be held here up to 6 hours. It's not what I'm going for. It's a busy Friday night, and so once things calm down, usually about 3, 4, 5 in the morning, I finally have time to do your fingerprints, your photographs, and get you out of here. Okay. The only thing that would change is if for some reason you had a prior DUI. Is yours a DUI?
Yeah.
Okay, we're all set.
There you go. I'm just gonna start.
Okay. See, it's not the only one. Not that that's a good
This
thing.
is still so unfortunate.
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, we'll do your fingerprints, your photographs, and then you'll be good to go. The only thing that would prevent you from leaving here is if you had a prior DUI. The law says if you had a prior DUI in the last 10 years, then I'd have to take you to jail. So as long as you don't have that, you'll be good.
And how do I get home? I walk home?
Walk
Or
home,
I-
call a friend, call a taxi.
Okay, that's nice. No one's gonna answer for sure walking home.
Thankfully, everything is relatively close in Pullman.
True. And do I have to can I go to document anything?
Yeah, so
Yeah, sure.
the cells that you will have sinks and toilets and everything. It's not the nicest thing in the world, but
It's
you'll be
there.
by yourself. Okay, so this is the breath test. Your breath is tested twice by 2 different methods on your 2 different samples. So your first one is infrared, tested at a 0.170.
That was at the car.
This is here. It just happens to match. That was the same number. EC is electrochemical, tested at 0.182. Your second sample was at a 0.175, at 0.187. Because these numbers are fairly close, that means you're leveling out. It means you're not getting any more intoxicated,
Okay.
and then you should be starting to come back down.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is your copy, my copy. We'll go all over all this later. The only other thing I have at this moment for you is because you provided a breath sample, you're afforded the right to have a hearing about the potential upcoming suspension of your driver's license. This is not a criminal trial. There's nothing, this is just simply for your driver's license. So it's done over the phone. You say your side of things, and then you have the opportunity to get it less than 3 months or no suspension or whatever. If you would like that opportunity, all you need to do is later when you get home is you have to mail in a check for $375 to this address. The big important thing that people forget is you only have 7 days to do this. If you go past the 7 days, they just assume you don't want this here. Okay, so that will be with your property. I will grab you a blanket, and then I'm just gonna have you hang out in a cell. Like I said,
Can I go to the bathroom first, or is that
Yeah,
in
it's
there?
it's in there.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. For you. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Y'all take your shoes off.
Oh, sure. This call that I get is like in the morning, or like whenever you guys schedule it.
Yep. That's why we make sure you have your phone so you can make any calls you need. And then you just put them on the counter. I'll put them with the rest of your stuff. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
You want me to walk? No. Okay. It's fine.
It must be like really humid in here because all the papers feel like
Wet?
moist.
Weird.
It is
Nice
weird.
shoes?
Yeah, I'm about to put them away. Are you parked directly behind me?
No.
Okay.
I know better. This ain't the first double car in the big
Yeah,
dealio.
it's been a while.
The driver denied drinking but displayed a lack of smooth pursuit during an HGN test. A preliminary breath test registered a 0.170 blood alcohol. Anderson refused further field sobriety tests and was arrested for DUI. After being read her Miranda Rights, she agreed to a breathalyzer at the police station. She was cited for DUI and released with a hearing request and notice to appear. Please share your thoughts on this arrest, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.